Hi everyone. Okay, so subunit 1.3 is about implementing Reggio in the public education system. And the first thing is about barriers for implementing the Reggio way. And there's kind of a lot of things that would put up barriers for implementing this kind of education system into our education system, and it's kind of into our society, because our society is so focused on how to get successful fast and the easiest possible way to get successful, and instead of focusing on how you get there and the process and gaining all the education you can from the process of being successful. And I think our society's view on education is so focused on right and wrong and not so focused on the creativity of it. And I think that's where we go wrong and why kids, maybe don't perform to the best that they can, because yeah, especially young children, they learn through creativity and they learn through play. And I think that's why Reggio Way is so great, because it, allows students to, decide their own ways of learning. And yes, the teacher is there to guide them and make sure that they're actually learning doing it, but they're able to be creative. And our education system, as well as our society, stifles creativity. And, there's so many cuts done in the arts, and it's just sad, because I was a student that was in band for about 8 years in school, and it helped me through school. It made the transitions through grade levels so much more fluid. It made making friends so much easier. I never felt alone. I always felt like I had a place to go. And I just think that our education system is just stifling the creativity of these kids. And and the curriculum in our classroom is so strict and so laid out, and now there's scripts for teachers on what exactly to say, and I just think that's ridiculous, because that's not realistic. That doesn't allow for the the little bridges that you have to cross in the classroom, the little hiccups that happen with little kids in the classroom. Like, that's just gonna happen, and it doesn't allow for that, and I just think that's so unrealistic. And so much focus is on the scores of students and what they score on this test and this standardized test and this FCAT score, and are they going to pass? And I think it should just be focused on what if they're learning or not. That should be the main focus. And also a big barrier is that other teachers, whether they might be a teacher that's been in the system for quite a while, and they're not going to agree with the way that you're teaching, and they're going to say, oh, you're not doing it the right way, this is how you do it, but you have to stand your ground. Opportunities that this model provides is creativity. I think that's the biggest one. It provides creativity for the students, the teachers of the classroom. Students feel like they can be creative and that they won't get in trouble. Students can use their imagination and they feel independent. And I think that's, a great thing. They learn how to make their own decisions. It empowers children and teachers. I think it kind of goes along with the opportunities. It gives children, it allows children to learn in their own way and make their own decisions, make their own mistakes. Children these days are so, you have to be here at this time, you have to be here at this time, that they're not able to be kids. And they're not able to make those little mistakes that they learn from. I mean, when you're a little kid and you don't know that the stove is hot and you touch it, well, now you know the stove is hot because you just burned yourself. So it's like, that's just a little example. Like, if kids are given the opportunity to make their own choices and, yes, make their own mistakes, then they'll learn, and it's more effective than us telling them you're gonna burn yourself if you touch that stove. They need to experience it their own way. So I think that empowers children. and they're learning through hands-on experiences. They're learning through projects and, play, and that's proven that, we know that that's how they learn best. And teachers will be able to experience the success of their students in a non-stressful way. Teachers are so, focused and frankly like scared of standardized tests because now they're being held accountable for their students' scores. And this way, teachers, they'll be able to experience, and see when something clicks in a child's mind. They'll be able to say they're learning it. Like, that's exciting. I helped do that. Like, that's cool. How is this approach difficult? Well, it's difficult because of our society and because of how our education system is set up, because it doesn't let creativity shine through, and it stifles it, and it, doesn't see that it's valuable, and I think that's crazy. And we're so focused on standardized tests that we can't see the big picture, and we can't see that it's all about the process. The journey is not about the destination, it's about how you got there. And I think that's important for children to learn and understand, and to know that it's okay to make mistakes and make your own decisions as long as you learn from them. And but I do like the Reggio Way approach, and I definitely want to implement that in my future classroom because I think it's very effective, and it's, it's common sense, to be quite honest. So that's my post about implementing Reggio Way in our schools.